you again.
Yeah, here we are again in the Miracle Light Cafe. So glad we made it.
Yes, definitely.
So, what is the subject we are talking today?
Well, I thought that it would be good to really take a look at the fact that we're not bodies. Okay,
Great.
that's not our true self. Um, I think everyone, hopefully, by this time, people are very aware that everything is energy, right? And that we're not solid. The body is not solid, just as everything is not solid. The problem that we have is that we have identified it, we've named it, we've defined it, and we hold ourselves in an old idea of separation, right? That I'm separate from the table, I'm separate from another body, I'm separate from everything that I see around me. There's me, and then there's everything else out there, right? So, again, A Course in Miracles is undergoing a realization through an increase in your vibration, through an increase in your energetic field of vibration, to the recognition of another reality, that what you truly are, your true self, and this is the whole purpose of A Course in Miracles, is to discover who and what you are in truth as God created you. Okay? So this is our topic for today.
Great, great. I feel it already. So, so in opposite of that, what you tell me is when I see a world full of form, included myself as a body, what does that mean? What is the form then?
I'm
So
sorry,
I
what is
hear
what?
the form, the form, forms. So my cup, my body.
Mm-hmm.
What is the world of forms? So I hear you now saying it's all energy,
Yep.
and I named it,
Yep.
and I keep myself in separation. So
Yes.
the
Well, let's
proof
take a
that.
look. Let's take a look at a couple of the lessons in the
Mhm,
workbook of the Course in Miracles. Okay?
mhm.
Because, these are designed for our awakening. These are designed to help with questions like that.
Yeah.
Right? So, um, okay. I'm going to back up to, okay, lesson number 27. This is early on. Okay. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see. Jesus says in his text, he says, you're blind, deaf, and dumb. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you came from. You don't know where you're going. Right? You're blind, deaf, and dumb. So, lesson 27, above all else, I want to see. Lesson 28 says, above all else, I want to see things differently. Okay? And of course, we're asked to spend a few minutes with each lesson, all right?
Yeah.
But let's get to lesson number, 29, okay? It says, God isn't everything I see, all right? Now, I didn't grow up learning that God wasn't everything I see,
Yeah.
right? To me, it was just like, and this is not a religious program. A Course in Miracles is not a religion, all right? It's coming into an awakening of who you truly are. So God isn't everything I see. To me, growing up, it's like there was this I don't know, something separate from me,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but this lesson is bringing it home early on. Okay, God isn't everything I see. So the practice is God is in this book, right? God is in this chair. God is in that scarf. Whatever your eyes land on, you say, God is in this piece of paper, right? How about this? God is in this hand, right? So, again, everything is energy. So, what we say is the body is of God, right? There's nowhere where God is not. The body is of God. You're not a body, yet the body is of God. Because we are an expression of vibration, of a tone, of an energetic vibration. We are an expression of that.
Yeah.
Everything you see is an energetic expression, a vibrational expression of energy. And so if you sit with that for a moment, you just sit with that idea for a moment, you actually will begin to experience of, how would I say it? There's no separation.
Yeah.
You will begin to experience an expansion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
That there's literally no separation. So it's like you're lifting out of that old way of living in a reality of fear of separation, right? And you're coming into a wholeness right where you are, because you're not subtracting, you're not excluding.
Cool.
You're being totally inclusive, right? And it's actually fun. It's like I actually feel happy doing this, right?
Yeah. Me too.
So the next lesson, right? We say God isn't everything I see, right? So God is, you are of God. You are, yeah, that body is of God. Your form is of God. But again, it's not solid, right? So the next lesson is God isn't everything I see because God is in my mind, right? So, yeah, I love it. This is where the creative aspect comes in, right? Because we're creators.
I see now the
This
difference.
makes
I'm just thinking, Joni. Let me grab that because it's really interesting. As a human mind, you see objects, you name them, and then you say, "This is a car. This is a house. This is a person." And this feels now I realize what you mean with the separation. It really feels separate from myself, and it feels
Mhm.
not alive. So when I do the lesson, which teaches me the opposite, I still use the car, I still use the person, what I see, or the subject, But when the lesson is, I see God is in everything I see because God is in my mind, I focus more on God as the source of my mind. So, and this is a complete
Yes,
different way of vibration and experience.
yes. And you bring up a very important point, very important, in that your awakening is the reversal of, the way Jesus calls it, the reversal of your temporal order. So,
Mm-hmm.
in other words, we learn that it's not out there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
It's always in here, right? So, you know, if you look at the world, everyone is trying to fix it out there. It's
exactly.
never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen, right? I am responsible for what I see. And I can make a choice every moment. I can make another choice, right? It's like the next lesson. I'm not a victim of the world I see, right?
Yeah.
So it's a reversal of your temporal order, and it's like stepping into I am 100% responsible for my life.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and this removes all blame,
Yeah.
accusations, being a victim. You know, and that's where your freedom lies. This is where our freedom lies. Because, excuse me, no one can take that away from us, right? And, you know, it's so interesting because, you know, perhaps someone harms you,
Mm-hmm.
right? We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. But somewhere we have to grow up if we really want to awaken and say, I'm 100% responsible. So my choice is, do I want revenge, or do I want to recognize that that body, that form is an expression of God? Now, God did not create that event
Mm-hmm.
harming you. No, that person did, right? But when I come into my own truth, that's how I see that other person. I see that other body as of God. And that lifts the vibration. That literally lifts the energetic vibration, the vibration, the tone of that form, right? So I'm not trying to fix it.
Exactly.
It's just a presence. It's just my presence and being as of God. It's the light that does the work.
Yeah. So now what comes in my mind is the sentence, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So this is the this is so great because this is the point, the action of my mind. When I want to be right, I stay on my observation of, yes, this body said this to me and that's why I'm in agreement. That's yes, this happened and this is because I feel so bad. So Jesus comes in and says, okay, when you want to be happy, you have to see differently. And this is where we
Yes,
are. I say, okay, stop. I make a line and I say, I want to be happy. So now I see I use the lesson and say, God is in everything I see. So I want to see differently. I want to see the truth. And then the energy already starts to lift up, or yeah, to change. It
yes,
changes. I feel the light already and I
yes,
can't even remember my conflict or my grievance.
yes,
But this is really a big jump, a big step in the human mind. For the human mind, it's really the last thing. what what
yeah,
gonna do? Yeah.
right. Because, I mean, let's look at it. It's like we've been living a lie.
Yes.
We
Exactly.
literally have been living a lie.
Yeah.
The quote reality that I've known was a lie because it was in the denial of God,
Yeah.
right?
It's,
God was out there somewhere, right? Maybe
yeah.
when I die, I'll meet God.
Yeah.
in the meantime,
And this
I
is
can
not
blame
work.
God for all. Yeah, but in the meantime, I can blame God for, whatever,
Yeah.
right? We've been living a lie. We have been living the denial of God. So now, through these lessons, I can begin to recognize, that low vibration of denial, right? And I can make a new choice, right? Now I can begin to own my divinity, because God is in everything I see. This body is of God, right? I'm not a body, but this body is of God, right? So I begin to just come into my own divinity. And that's a higher vibration. It's not a dense, slow vibration.
Yeah. And it's so great because it's
So,
immediate with my decision to do so, to be that, because I'm already that. But when I'm not in that experience, it seems that I have to decide for that. Isn't that great? It just seems
yes,
so
and
because
yeah,
I'm in the way.
and and we will have opportunities to choose again and again and again and again, right? Right? Because we've been living in this lie, in this idea of separation for a very, very, very long time,
Yeah,
right? But humanity has made a decision. Humanity has made a collective decision, and it's individual first, and then an aggregate. So the responsibility lies here.
yeah.
It lies here first, always, right? And then it's an aggregate. So, yes, God is, God is, God is.
Yeah,
and and again, this is not a religion.
yeah,
It's just it's the truth. It's the truth that is true and has always been, never could not be, and will always be, right? It's just that I was covering it up. My denial was, it's like a cloudy lens was covering up the love and the grace of God that I truly am, and I couldn't see it. My ideas of separation, my ideas of death are in my mind, right? So through this lifting of the vibration, yes, yes, it's a transformation. It's a transfiguration.
yeah. And
Healing is of the mind.
I want to come back to what you said in the beginning, Joni. It's all energy. So what I always say to people when they come, this and that problem, I listen a moment to the story, but I look behind the story and look only at the frequency, at the energy. And then it's very easy because the energy is always fear. I mean, or it's always it's always something else than love. So then it's very easy to identify and say, it's fear again. So this is where the light has to come. So you know what I want to say? Do you hear me?
Yeah. And that light is right there in that darkness,
Exactly. I don't
right?
have
And
to figure out the story the story of this person said that and this situation is said. No, behind is the fear, and the fear is darkness, and darkness disappears in the light. So
right.
yeah,
Yeah, the story just keeps it going.
yes, that's
It,
what
it just it prolongs the inevitable awakening,
yeah.
because your awakening is inevitable. It's like Jesus says, you can tolerate a whole lot of pain, you can
Hmm.
tolerate fear, but you can't do it forever.
Yeah, but there is
Mm.
the addiction what I observe in human minds, when you first time confront people with that idea what you already said now, that it is in your mind. It immediately goes to, but what is with my story? What about my father? What about my whatever? Yeah. So it's the addiction of holding on to the story. But when you really let go of the story and just look at the energy, and is there darkness, is there light, then it's very easy to let go of the
Yeah,
story.
and right. And this is something that I just thought of too. It's like, if you will notice, you can never escape yourself.
Yes, I love this sentence so much. This is
Right?
so great. Yeah,
Yeah. And if you can never escape yourself, then that's where the responsibility lies. Right? And that's where your freedom lies, because now you have another choice.
yeah,
Do you want to continue? You want to continue that rampage, right? Because you're only doing it to yourself.
exactly.
The idea that you project it out there and that's how you get rid of it, that's how you keep it.
Yeah,
The only way it changes is when you take 100% responsibility. And then that illusion of separation is lifted. That
exactly.
it's literally an illusion. The reality, the idea of time and space is an illusion. We invented it, and the idea that, oh, I can get rid of my pain by projecting it out onto that other person out there.
Yeah,
Nope, it's going to keep coming back at you because it's literally here, right? It's literally here.
this
One
is
of the
so
lessons,
great. Yeah,
yeah, and one of the lessons, again, it's the reversal of the temporal order, right? You can't fix it out there, but you can change it here, right? And it's not that you're forgiving something. It's not that if someone harmed you, you're not forgiving them for that act. It's like, no, you're forgiving yourself because it's a mistaken identity. It's a mistaken identity right here, right?
that's so easy. That makes it so easy. I love it. I really love it. Thank you.
Yeah, and one of the lessons earlier is that I can escape from the world I see by giving up my attack thoughts, by giving up my attack thoughts. Sit with that for a moment, you'll feel it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, this thought about I am only attacking myself. I am only attacking myself. I mean, let's look at it. If you have a thought about someone, right? What? Oh, I hate that person, right? Which is a denial of God, by the way. You say, I hate that person. He did such and such. Look at your mind. Remember, you cannot escape yourself. You cannot escape yourself. So look at that thinking in your own mind. You're attacking yourself. It's incredible. I love it. So, like you said, you want to be right or you want to be happy? That's such an important point, Claudia, isn't it?
yeah, and then yeah, and I wonder. I mean, for me, I was happy when I heard this the first time because I felt that's my solution, and I can't. Yeah, it's hard for me to express that, but it makes me happy because it's so fast. I don't have to work on that and hopefully it works or not. No, it I immediately, when I do this correction in my mind, I immediately get the effect of my different seeing, and I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
immediately when I make this change. So this
Yeah.
makes me so happy because it's so fast, it's immediate, it's really immediate,
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
because I'm doing it very well and before not. No, in the moment I'm you I change my mind. I am happy, and it's too late to blame someone for something. Yeah,
And it's actually not a practice. It actually isn't. It's about your presence, right? Because we are vibrational. we are just energetic vibration. It's about our presence and being. It's not a practice. It's like the moment we say we don't deny God, yeah.
It's more a decision. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of the lessons in the workbook. Heaven is the decision I must make, right? And Jesus says, choose once again, O Holy Son of God. You make a bargain you can't keep,
Yeah.
You can't stay in hell forever.
Yeah, you can. It will not. Well, I remember you said once, death will not work. It made me so laugh. Death will not work. It's the same idea. Death is the same idea as
I mean,
being.
everyone knows that we are eternal, right? We're eternal.
Yeah.
Now, once we come up into a higher vibration, we will no longer need the body form, right? But in the meantime, we're here to remember our true self as Christ consciousness in form, as God in form, as a form, right? Because God is in the book, God is in this hand, God is in everything I see, right?
So everything is consciousness. Everything is consciousness.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
are
I
eternal.
interrupted you.
Death.
We have 3-4 minutes left, so I'm
Okay,
letting you
great.
know.
Yeah.
So we are not.
Thank you. So death is an idea. That's all it is. It's an idea. Lesson 132. I loose the world. I loose the world from all I thought it was. Death is an idea we hold in our mind. So, look, death strikes everywhere. So, it's incredible. It's really incredible. So, we want to, we want to see the world anew, but it starts here. It starts here. Yeah.
Cool. I think there is not more to say. I am happy. I feel the light. I feel God.
You
So,
are God. See? I mean, that's the difference. It's like, yes, you feel it, but you are that.
yeah.
There's no separation. Yeah, so you're no longer in the denial of God. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank
That's awesome.
you, Joni. So, yeah, great. So, I think this is the moment. Say goodbye, and we will. Folks.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.